All right. Good morning, everyone. Sorry for the late delay. I was just trying to make sure I was dotting the I's and crossing the T's. So, welcome to the stream, the Kingly Way, and my name is King. So, before we get to comments and bringing our guests, so this time we can finally say our guest and not my guest. That would be a pleasure. So, real quick, Daejeon, South Korea. The weather's been nice, even it's still a little bit rainy season. We only had one day of heavy rain in the last few days, and the only bad thing is the count is going up. The virus count has been going up thanks to a pastor at a church in Seoul. So that is the problematic issue right now. So in Seoul, they're in level 3 where they can only meet 10 or less. Here in Daejeon, where me and Tom is at, we still can have our meetings with a lot of restrictions, wearing a mask in the meetings or exchanges or whatever we go to. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Tom into the mix and we'll kind of maybe read the comments together. So let's bring him in. So here we go. Hello, Tom. Could you
Hey,
give everyone your regards here?
yeah, hello everybody. This is Tom coming to you from Daejeon.
Yeah. So
Finally
you,
made it out of my quarantine, and I'm here in my room for about 3 days now.
yeah. So all right. So let's give everyone their hellos here. There's Johnny. Yep. Welcome. And go ahead. You want to say hi to? Oh yeah. And
Yeah, hey Jeff,
Jeffrey.
how you doing?
Yeah. Okay.
Go more, right?
Hey. Yep. Bama's here. Yep. They're giving their regards. Whoa, we got a lot of comments already. So do our best to catch up. Yep. Everyone's giving their regards. Yeah. Yeah. Still nice to be able to read comments. Oh, look. Broker. Yep. So, yep. All. Yep. And SOS. Go more. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Ooh, broker. Yeah, broker loves going to Thailand. So, yep, go more mine. I don't think I ever say what part of Thailand are you in. Some interesting news for wealthy potential tourists only. So, I was wondering if that's the O visa thing in Thailand.
No, is that what they were talking about opening up Phuket or something? I heard
Yeah,
stories that they might open up a small area.
yeah, yep. Broker's wondering. Yep, we might have some Irish in here. Yeah. Grizz, I'm not in time, but I vacationed there several times. Yep, he's in Bama. Row Tide Row. So, yeah. Why is my buddy calling me? Does he know I don't have a live stream? Yeah. Hey, it's Jan. Good morning. So, yeah. I'm going to have to disappoint my buddy. He can't. I can't. I'm not cacawing talking with him right now. Yep. And she says, hello. Oh, look where Bama's been. Chiang Mai, Krabi, Bangkok. Oh, yeah, a few places. So, Thailand. Yep, that right. Sorry, had no idea. Okay, yeah, he's in Bama. Wow, so we got a lot of conversations going on.
Never been to
So,
Thailand, but it's on my list.
yeah, still talking football. Yeah, we're watching the Laker game. So, yeah, good morning. Yeah, of course, basketball. Of course, you hear about the 3 Bs in the Philippines.
No,
The 3 Bs is they like
basketball.
boxing. Yeah, you got basketball. And the third one, everyone loves this one, beauty pageants.
Oh, beauty pageants. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's a big 3 in the Philippines. Yeah. What is Jeffrey doing right now? What is Jeffrey doing right now? He's watching
What's in
ice.
life?
Yeah, he's watching hockey right now.
Okay.
NHL. Yep. 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 And Jeffrey's in Clearwater, Florida. Yep.
Mm.
Morning, Jeffrey. Yep. And risk of more fires. Yeah, California's going crazy with fires right now.
You know, just a quick note on that too. When I was staying in Palm Springs before I came here,
Yeah.
and they had a huge fire right there where the 60 and the 10 freeway come together. It was a huge grass fire. I was there for days. And I just recalled, you know, and I had been in the Witch Creek fire by my house years ago, where it actually burnt the back fence of the house I was living in. And, you know, fires in California, no joke,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah. And Tom, you know Aztec?
Yeah,
Yep.
Aztec.
Yep. He's in the land down under. Uh-oh, it's raining. Yep. Yep. And oh, Aztec is giving his regards. So he's happy to see you.
Hey, Jan.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And wow, nice background. Do you notice my background, Tom?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that is in CDO, Cagayan de Oro. That's the affinity pool.
Oh, okay.
Nice place to take a date up there. Well, I had to go without my girlfriend. I was a little sad. Oh, here's a question for you.
No, how's it like being in a quarantine? Amazing. Okay. You know, the quarantine wasn't. I won't say it was bad. The quarantine was actually in a resort hotel, 16 floor resort hotel, and the entire hotel was taken over by the government, and all the rooms were people that were in quarantine. It was that, you know, that. So now, having said that, and it was right in the ocean too. I could watch sailboats from my window, but you weren't allowed out of your room. So you were in this resort,
Hmm.
and you were just stuck. Now, that wasn't the bad part. The worst part was I'm kind of a social person, and I felt like I was in solitary confinement for 2 solid weeks. I got to talk to one human being a day for about 15 seconds as she knocked on my door to take my temperature, and that was it. And that was hard. That was, you know, I didn't realize how tough that was, but you know, back in the States, I mean, I had a lot of friends, you know, ride motorcycle with guys, and people were always at my house. And, yeah, you know, that was tough. I mean, you know, just being like locked in a room for 2 weeks, you got to be prepared for that if you come here. Yeah. You know, I mean, they would bring food to your room and leave it on a tray outside the room. And then they would make an announcement over the loudspeaker. Okay, everybody go out and get the food. But the food was just sitting outside your door. You didn't even see anybody when you did that. So yeah, it was interesting. It was an interesting quarantine. I'll tell you more about it later, but we'll go through some more comments maybe. But being out is
Yep.
great.
Hey, now everyone's taking turns on you now.
That's okay.
Broker.
Johnny, New York.
Yep. Oh, and Johnny has a
I mean, like,
question.
you know, yeah, Korea is actually pretty easy to get used to. I mean, I've been in big cities. I worked in New York and Los Angeles. And here, honestly, if you change the signs from the Korean language to English, you would think you're in New York or some other major city. It's very built up where I am, and the places I've seen so far, very modern, very first class. The things you notice right off the bat that is very clean. It's not like LA
Yeah.
with homeless. You don't see any of that here. There's no trash on the streets, and people so far are friendly. Um, um, at the very least, polite. You know, I haven't run into anybody who's you know, been off with me. They've all been very friendly, and so far I'm liking it. We went to a social yesterday, me and King, and I had a great time. You know, we ended up going out to dinner. So far my experiences are fantastic. The shopping here is really good too. I mean, you know, I where I'm located, my hotel. I think between me and 2 blocks to where the market is, there's 15 coffee shops. I mean, including Starbucks. But then there's all these other brands. So uh, whatever you want here is very easy to get. It's not like other places. Now I've been to China many times, and I can say that it's a lot like Shenzhen, where anything you want is pretty close to where you're at. This you can get things very easily.
Yeah.
I'm liking it.
That's yeah. That's a good part in the area. Okay, broker. Phuket. Supposed to be open October 1st, but with restriction basically wealthy tourists only. So
Yeah, what's the length of time you can stay there though? In Phuket, is it like just 1 month, or
yeah.
you know,
Well, if
what's
there's yeah. Yeah, that's interesting on the visa, like if you have the retirement O visa, it's a whole year with 90-day check-in.
Mhm.
Yep, Bob C. Pleasure. Happy to see you here. Oh, and here's Bama with a question for you.
Yeah, actually, Bama, I took Asiana Airlines, and I slept most of the time, and it was a great trip. The thing about the airlines is they're not booked right now. So if you're going to travel and you get on one, I had the entire row to myself. I mean, if you looked across the lane from where I was sitting, there was 9 empty seats, except for me, and I could have slept. It was very comfortable. The flight itself was just flawless. I mean, there wasn't even a bump anywhere, and I almost didn't notice. It was one of the best flights I've actually had. It's like 12 hours. Of course, you sleep a lot of it, and I woke up to land, during the landing, and I watched a couple of movies. They had some movies and stuff, and Asiana was, I'd say, an economy airline, but the seats were comfortable and there was a lot of leg room, and I really didn't get jet lag this time. So I was happy with the flight for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Bob's saying hello to broker. Oh, you want to tell him what you did on the first night? Tell Bama.
What we did on the first night, I
Yeah.
don't remember. That was 3 days ago.
Good for him.
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, on the first. Well, what happened was I had a kind of a mix up with the bus. I had taken the bus from Seoul. First the hotel has a shuttle bus to take you to the bus station in Seoul, and then I took a bus from Seoul to Daejeon, and I ended up at this bus station like about 6 miles from my hotel. And this whole time I'm traveling, which one of the things I want to talk about later is make sure you get your hands on some Korean money if you come here right away. Because I had like a lot of American money, but I didn't have any won, and I couldn't find any place that would exchange my dollars for Korean won. So I didn't have money to take a taxi. So during that period of time, King was doing a live cast, so I started walking, which was a huge mistake. It's hot. It's humid. That particular day it was. And I had about 100 pounds of crap with me, my backpack and my giant 70-pound bag that I had from the airlines. And I wasn't doing too good. I got about halfway, and then I stopped at a Starbucks and called Keegan. I said, "Hey, call me a cab or something so I can get there." And then we came and checked into the hotel and put all my stuff upstairs. Um, and then we went out. We had something to eat. We went to the mall. The mall was great. The mall is like a mega mall, just like you see probably in the Philippines, but bigger than most malls you're going to see in the United States. You walk in, it's I don't know how many floors high. What is it, like 8 floors high or something?
About 10 floors.
10 floors high.
Yeah.
And the food court's like an entire floor. You go to the food court and you get anything you want. So we had some stuff to eat there, and walked around a little bit. Did a little shopping. So yeah, the first night we were out pretty late. I don't remember how long we were out, but we were out pretty late.
Yeah, till like 11 p.m.
Yeah, like 11, just walking around and seeing things. But boy, did my legs hurt
Yeah.
from hauling.
Way
I'm
to
68.
do pit stops.
I'm not doing those 5 mile hikes anymore.
Yeah.
Not at least not with 100 pounds of stuff. So that I mean, I feel great now, but that wore me out.
Yeah. Yep. So he gives his regard. Oh, Does anyone say sorry out of
No,
stock?
somebody's
Heck
gonna.
no.
Let me tell you, there's no out of stock here. Okay. You don't get sorry, sir, out of stock. It's somewhere here. There's just ubiquitous shopping. Every place, if you can't get it in one shop, you can go next door and it's there. So.
Yeah. So it's yeah. No, you don't want the Korean ajumas don't want to hear out of stock. The older
Oh,
ladies,
right.
they're
Yeah,
gonna lose their
yeah, I
ass.
don't think they would tolerate it. I really don't. I think that
No.
Korea is, a very efficient place. I mean, like I said, you're not going to enjoy quarantine too much, but it's not bad. They do the best they can for sure, and everybody's very nice.
Yeah.
But you can tell the place has its act together. I still
Yeah.
get those safety warnings on my phone every day about how many people have caught the
Yeah.
disease or are being treated or so on. So they do a great job of notifying everybody, what's going on too.
Yeah. They're really on top of that.
Yeah, they are. They're very much on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeffrey was a Californian, so now he's all the way on the
Well,
East
not
Coast.
Jeff, your daughter's out of quarantine too, right? She should be
Yeah.
out now,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah. Oh, here's Jason, Asian Scripted, has a question for you.
Yeah. Hey, Jason. Um, I don't know. It all depends on what happens between now and then, and I'm pretty flexible. I'm not. I don't have any, hard set plans. Um, after 2.5 months, a lot of people have said, "Hey, if you get involved in a school here and you want to learn Korean, you can get your visa extended for another 3 months after that." I wasn't necessarily counting on that, and frankly, a lot of those schools are closed from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
But anything can happen in the next 2.5 months. I mean, maybe I go to Thailand for however long I can stay there. I'm real interested in going to Cambodia, Kuala Lumpur, um, Vietnam. Seeing all these countries. I mean, I think my destination inevitably is going to be the Philippines. But in the meantime, I'll see what's available. And I mean, if the worst comes to worst, I can go back to the United States. I have two sisters there still, and I can visit up on them. And so I'm not confined to like panicking at the end of 2.5 months. When we get close to that, I'll look around and I'll see what's available. And I think you just have to have that mindset. Don't worry so much about it because wherever you're going to go, it's a plane ticket away.
Yeah.
And I don't think I want to spend another 2 weeks in quarantine. But if it's someplace that I can stay a long time and I know the facilities are going to be okay, I'd do it. I'm retired. I don't have. I'm not constricted to a vacation schedule like a lot of guys are. So I'm available to do that. I know this much. I don't want to be in the United States during election time.
Yeah.
So I want to pass that by.
Yeah. You don't. Okay. Oh, look at Jan. Her husband's in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah.
Exactly. Basil.
That's right, broker.
Perfect person. The food delivered. Yeah, I mean, the TV was great. I actually did entertain myself a bit. I have my little Fire Stick for the TV, and I was getting all my channels. And I also brought my PS4 with me, so I was playing games, to entertain myself. So
Yeah.
it wasn't. I mean, but the downside of all this, and this is long term. The downside of all this was, even in California, I had sold my house back in March, and I was living in hotels this entire time. Probably burning on average $140 a day, which is just way too much money. And as you're doing all this, you're realizing you're not doing anything. All the gyms are closed. You're sedate. You're sitting in your room, and you're eating out every single day. And believe me, I gained a ton of weight, and I got very sedate and out of shape. And when I got to that quarantine, that didn't help at all. I mean, the room is just a small hotel room, and you couldn't even exercise in there. So when I get out and I started walking, boy, did I feel it. So if you're gonna travel, spend a couple of weeks walking. and getting your legs up in shape. That's my advice anyway.
Yeah. Let's see here. Ooh. Okay, so Aztec says hello to everyone here. Thank you. So, how
Yeah, we
funny.
should make one, right? The Train to Busan and Seoul Quarantine.
Yeah.
There's some
Yeah.
zombies in there. It'd be good.
Yeah. I know we gotta make a video for that one. Yep. Aztec. Yeah. They all like Aztec here. Oh, let's see.
Yes. Yeah, I absolutely want to go to the Robot Cafe. I'm really into that stuff. Yeah, I'm in the Elon Musk fan club, and anything that has to do with that. I actually sponsored the U.S. robotics competition in high schools in the United States for a while, and we used to make pretty healthy sized robots. They were 140 pounds or so, and they were played competitive ball. They worked in autonomous zone. I really like that stuff, and they got into pneumatics and autonomous controls and seeing robots, things like that. And this was all done by high school kids, and it was just amazing. And this is like 10 years ago that they were doing these things, and
Yeah.
it's come a long way.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my what is it? When I was doing judo at LACC, he does robotics competition. He hosts them.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. So Bama says Phuket just doesn't sound inviting to me right now. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like I haven't seen a lot of those places, so I mean I've seen a lot of China and Europe
Yeah.
places, but I haven't been to those Southeast Asia countries, so I don't know.
Yeah. So and Jeffrey's in Clearwater. Okay, so I know you've answered this.
Yeah. November 6th is when my visa here expires. So either something is going to happen someplace else between now and November 6th, or I'll have to make other plans. So
Yeah.
that's how I'll stay.
So basically, see what can get out of this. Let's see. Okay. Wow, if you can get to Phuket 2 weeks quarantine, do a third week and third test, you can travel anywhere in Thailand, minimum 1 month. Yeah.
Oh, minimum 1 month. Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess.
because yeah.
Good.
Yeah, because we only get 30 days on arrival in Thailand.
Oh, well, what's the maximum? I mean, how long can you stay?
Or the smart thing is to go to a consulate, get a 60-day, and then you can extend for 30 days. Then you need to go off, got to fly out.
Yeah, I mean, and if you did that, I mean, now we're pushing well into next year. So then you can probably or likely going to start seeing other countries like the Philippines open up, or
Yeah.
Malaysia,
Yeah.
places like that, Vietnam.
Yeah.
Some of those places have done a great job with COVID, but they don't want to risk it. You can understand
Yeah.
it. It's their country; they don't want to get people sick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see.
And yeah, and another one, Tom, if you have an O visa and if you're over 50 and you have a certain amount in the bank account, you
Hmm.
you can get a year visa
I got
for
kids over 50.
yeah. Yep. And Bob saying hello. Let's see. Whoa, more comments are flying down. Okay, it was extended stay. I think 60 plus days with 2 weeks additionally if you want to travel elsewhere in Thailand. Yeah.
Well, worth
So
looking into. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah. Usually, yeah, because the other guy, Jeremy and Mike's over there. So sometimes they'll find out too.
Yeah, I heard something. I heard something else too, that like even the Philippines might open one island, like the
Yeah.
whole,
Yeah.
and that's sort of their little test. Maybe that's what they're doing in Phuket to, bring some foreigners in, and if nothing happens, by the end of that, by November, hey, maybe the whole thing will kick open, and everybody will just say, we didn't have a problem, so let's go ahead and open to tourism. That could very well happen. So maybe that's a judicious step, to go ahead and open up a small area. Like that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not taking the train to Busan. I saw that movie, man. I'm not. I'm not down with zombies. I taught college. I'm not going anywhere with the zombies. I had my share of zombies.
Yeah. So he says it. Yeah. Oh no. That is nice, Leon. She set maybe an alarm just for us. But she came to see Tom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she came to see you. Yep.
Let me tell you about the airport. Okay, we got off that plane. Oh, one thing about when you're coming here, wherever you travel now, make sure you bring a pen. All right. I fortunately brought three of them, and I ended up giving two of the three away because other people didn't have it. And you got to fill out all kinds of documentation. Now, at the Incheon airport, nice place, but they they just shuffled us from getting off the airplane directly to a shuttle bus to take us to the hotel. I didn't get a chance to stop and buy a donut. Never mind a money exchange. It was like straight through. After I got done with, it was like a couple of different stages at the airport. One of them was military police, and the guy I got, it turns out later his friend told me that he was new and he didn't speak much English, so he didn't understand a word I said. He thought I was coming long term, like I was part of the teachers group. And I said,
Yeah.
no, I'm here as a tourist. And he wasn't understanding me. So that took a while to get through that. And then I went to the immigration people, to kind of like funnel through these little aisleways. And they stamped all my passports and papers and things like that. And they took my declarations of health. And then we went to a group where we were waiting for it was like a little tour guide, how they take you through the tour. And it was
Yeah.
right onto the bus. And then from the bus to the hotel. And there wasn't a chance to get any money. And what really kind of, I don't say angered me, but was disappointing was when I was in the LA airport, LAX, they had money changers there, and the buy down was 30%. The exchange rate is like about 1,200 to one, and they were going to give me like 900 won to a dollar. I was like, no way, I'm not giving that kind of money away.
Yeah.
So I said, I'll wait till I get here. And actually, when I did get here, we were able to find someone who gave us, the going rate for the exchange,
Yeah.
which was great.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
a
Because
multi-millionaire here. A couple
yeah,
$100.
you're actually a millionaire here
A
in Korea.
multi-millionaire. Yeah, a couple $100, and you're a multi-millionaire
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Yeah. And who helped exchange the money for you?
Actually, right. That was King's friend. One of his friends owns a bar we went to that first night. After we went to the mall, later on we went out and we went to a couple of places. We went to FML, right? A little like downstairs bar. It got a pool table. Looks like a biker bar, but it's really
Yeah.
friendly. We had some wings down there, and we were waiting. Bars open late here. I mean, 8, 9 o'clock. They open up because people here really do enjoy the nightlife and they drink. Um, then we went to his other friend bar who actually wanted dollars. He wanted to buy dollars from me because he travels. And a lot of places around the world, the U.S. dollar is the going currency. Like go to Cambodia, places like that, you just use dollars. So he bought my dollars, and we just logged on to Google, and he paid me the going rate for Google for the money. I can't remember the name of the bar, but
Yeah.
after MFL, but it was nice.
Yeah. And that bar was the Watering Ghost where I
Oh
put
yeah,
that
yeah, the Watering Ghost.
girl. Yeah.
Yeah, I never figured out the name where he got that from. The Watering Ghost. He said it was some Korean joke or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But it was upstairs, and it was small, but it was nice. It's a short story long. He has a band in there too, but the drummer couldn't travel or something like that, so the
Yeah.
drummer got stuck. So the band wasn't playing, but it was a nice group of people in there.
Yeah. Oh, what do you think about the bartender girl that I did the video with?
Yeah, I actually hadn't had a chance to see that yet, but she was really nice.
Yeah.
And people were friendly and they're willing to get interviewed.
Yeah.
Like I said, the places I've gone, people tend to speak enough English. The bar owner was American,
Yeah.
so that wasn't a problem at all. And also FML, the bartender there was American as well.
Yeah.
So um, you know, and that's my kind of dive. It's got pool table, darts, beer.
Yeah. Got all the 9 yards.
Get all the essentials.
Yeah.
I'm a high class guy. Peanut butter and jelly, spam. I'm mac and cheese.
Yeah.
High class diet.
Yeah. There you go. Hey, it's Knit Bomb.
Hey,
So
fun.
he's calling you the Alcatraz survivor.
Alcatraz survivor. Yeah,
Yeah. Or
that's
that.
tough. If you're not used to like being alone,
Yeah.
it's really hard. I was the activities director for San Diego Harley Davidson for the Hog Group. I always had friends around me, and now you're like confined to this room for 2 weeks, and it's like, if you have to mentally deal with that. I just buried myself in entertainment, I guess, to get past it. But it was not fun.
Yeah.
That was not fun. You know?
Yeah. And Jason says Phuket might be good, but I might be willing to pay for that quarantine and head to a different part of Thailand. Yeah. I don't blame Jason for that. He's stuck in Seattle right now. Okay. And let's see, what does broker say about Thailand? Phuket gets a bad rap. It's a little expensive by Thai standards, but you can get anything you want. Beautiful, quiet beaches, crowded beaches to shopping malls. Yeah. So that's the one place I haven't been to yet. And to elephant sanctuaries on Bangla Road, bar scene, and Patong. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Let's catch up here. Oh, yeah. Stuck in Florida. I met him in the blogs with Mike and Jeremy over there.
yeah, I tell you, gaining weight, that's like not good. Especially start getting older. My doctor would always tell me, you need to lose weight. And I told him, well, I was deathly afraid of drowning.
Yeah.
The weight kept me floating. So,
Yeah. And Bam has a question about China.
traveling, I haven't been to China in about 2 years, but I like China. I was, I had a Chinese girlfriend, and her parents lived in Xiamen. So we flew in there, and then we would take the express train, the bullet train to Guangzhou. I would do business in Guangzhou, at factories to buy equipment for my girlfriend's spa that were in Southern California. And then Shenzhen is just an amazing city. It's kind of like the tech city of the East. So all of your big tech companies are in Shenzhen. And there you can hop a train and go right to Hong Kong. And I've got some great photos of me in Hong Kong right up against the Liberty Bell there, where they signed the agreement, which is really sad to see what's going on there now. But and in Macau, I've been there. But honestly, the places that I've been in southern China were very modern. However, you get on the bullet train and you do see the rural lifestyle there. Now, as I went to northern China a couple of times, I was to places where you saw poverty. You saw people that weren't doing well. I saw the people that always wanted to go to the cities for opportunity. The people were great. I mean, it's like I always tell people, governments suck, but people are always friendly. Wherever you go, everybody's smiling at you. I mean, I used to have police officers. The cops in China don't have guns. And they're usually pretty friendly. I mean, I remember being in Shenzhen by the train station, and a policeman, a couple of them came up to me and they would try to practice their English and ask me if I needed help or directions. How was I doing? How did I like my trip? They actually wanted to make sure I was okay and I was having a good time. I actually really enjoyed China and the Chinese people. Like every place you go, there are things that happen that are non-Western, things that you have to get used to. I mean, if you're going to get just upset about some little kid peeing on a corner someplace, you're not going to enjoy it. But that's just the way it is. It doesn't happen often, but
No.
we just look past that stuff because, like I said, I've been to a lot worse places in China. So what I see of China now, I understand all the things that are going on over there. The very last time I went to China, I actually had a government fellow that followed me around for about a week and a half. And he was so obvious. One day I just bought him lunch and asked why he was following me. And it was because I was buying equipment. And the government wanted to know why, what I was up to, I guess. I don't know. But in China, when you go there, you have to register right away with the local police department.
Yeah.
Tell them where you're going to be living, where you're going to be staying. And at that particular point, I actually had failed to do that.
Oh, wow.
So some of that's on me, okay? But we were moving a lot. We were going from city to city and doing things. So it was a little difficult to go find the police station. But on the whole, and when you did that, it wasn't a big deal. You just said, hey, here I am. Here's my passport. I'm staying at this hotel. I'll be there for a week. Okay, fine, no problem. So there was never an issue, but when you get people that are suspicious or, curious about what you're up to, you're going to get those things happen. But I like China. I like the people. The cities were great. I mean, amazing food in the cities. I'm pretty brave. I would even go to Hong Kong and eat the street food, the vendor food. So I never got sick there. It's good.
Yeah. Yep, I had to do the same thing. That's the first thing they made me do, register my passport
Yeah,
immediately.
register your passport.
Yeah.
Yeah, never give your passport up. I mean, you keep that, but they need you to register your passport.
Yeah. Yep. And bam, it says pretty cool about the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and here's Johnny wants to know a little bit about you.
Well, I mean, like professionally and things like that. Well, I'm a professional smearier. I'm the guy that put the cream cheese on the bagels. No. Professionally. Let me see. Okay, I worked for AT&T for 30 years. I was a senior network engineer when I worked there, and I like Harleys. I rode motorcycles, a lot. I've owned a lot of garbage that I finally sold and got rid of. Same as a lot of Americans, I guess. After the phone company, I actually started a college. I started a company called AmeriSkills. As far as I know, it's still running. I sold my share out of that, but I actually founded that. And it was a vocational college, and we taught about 26 different classes around the country, mostly in data communications, welding and fabrication. I wrote about 20 books on very eclectic subjects, introduction to electric vehicles to fiber optics. I taught a lot of fiber optic classes. I was a fiber optics engineer in the phone company. What else did I do? I don't know. A typical California company, right? As soon as our company was doing well, and I had hired instructors, we got sued. Some company from Texas decided to sue us out of existence. We spent 2.5 years in federal court. We won the case. We won all of our cases. We never lost any case, but they try to drain you, So running a business is very tiring. And I've done a lot of other things too. I mean, I've had 3 successful businesses, as well as working my engineering job. I liked teaching. I like doing vocational education. That was a lot of fun. The introduction to electric vehicles class was like one of my favorites because it was just before Tesla was getting involved heavily. That they had just introduced their sports car, and I wrote the course for ITT Tech, and then of course they went belly up. But we did eventually teach that class, and I incorporated that into my welding class so that we could build a frame for a go-kart, which we had put an electric motor in. And of course, by that time, lithium-ion prismatic cells were coming out, so we had good power plant and good battery packs. It was a lot of fun. I'm kind of a techno geek. I was never athletic, so I got into technology, I guess.
Yeah.
But I was
you're in the right city.
But I was actually my grandfather had a chicken farm, like 500,000 chickens, I guess. So I guess I could survive. I'm not like just dependent on technology, which I always tell my students, don't think knowing everything about computers and technology is going to save your butt if the poop hits the fan. So I could still dress out a chicken and raise corn if I had to, and fish. I love fishing. So I think you have to have a variety of skills in life. And I was telling King, one of the things my dad was an authoritarian, he's a very strict man. And if I wasn't getting A's in school, I wasn't allowed to take sports or, take music classes and those sorts of things. So I had to work hard. I wanted those things, but I missed out on a lot of that stuff. And as I became a teacher later on in life, you discover that not everybody
Mm-hmm.
has the wherewithal to get a PhD. They don't have the skill sets to become athletes, maybe, or they don't have the athleticism to become basketball stars, right? So when you have kids, you have to let them try everything and find out what they're good at. Because I always felt like I had musical talent, but I never had a chance to express it. So so I say if you have kids and you don't know what their genius is, they have one. They have a genius somewhere, and they should be allowed to try things and
Yeah.
find out what that is.
Yeah. And that's why this one guy named Howard Gardner came up with multiple intelligences
Yeah,
where each student fits or kids fit. So yeah.
kids fit in. What is their skill sets? Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Jeffrey agrees. Yeah. Yeah. That's an interesting resume there. Oh, this is for you, Tom.
Do people do karaoke? Yes, they do. Karaoke is actually big here, and there's another YouTuber that's in the Philippines, and I had a videoke machine, and I was going to send it to her, and she didn't respond. I ended up selling it while I was over there, but I don't. You don't want me singing. Okay, so I sing in the shower, and then the water turns cold. To shut me up.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
But
Yep.
but, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of karaoke here, and Korea is kind of special in the sense that it's very social here, and people take care of themselves. People want to look good here.
Mhm.
The boys, the girls, they spend endless hours, primming and preening, and making sure that they're suited to be in public. Me, I'm a little biker slob. I don't care.
Yeah.
I go out, but people have been very respectful. It's been a lot of fun here.
Yeah. And what about the eye candy of Korean girls? What do you think?
Oh my God, it's true. Yeah, you go outside and you're like, holy smokes, where did she come from? Um, and it's funny too because when I got off the shuttle bus at the bus station, on my bus there was a young black girl. I don't know where she was from, but I think the United States. She had a bit of an accent. I got off the bus and I just asked her. I said, Are you going to be a teacher here?" And she says, "No, I'm a model." And I said, "Yeah, you are." Yeah, and she fit right in. Like I said, the people here, they pay all the attention in the world to their diet and their face. And I've seen about 5 plastic surgeon buildings here already. So
Mhm. Yeah.
you know, I think maybe I'll get rid of my turkey neck. I should go to the plastic surgeon. But yeah, it's interesting. The girls are, some of them are striking. I mean, they just like knock you down. You look at this girl walking down the street, and you go, she just stepped off a runway someplace modeling clothes. And that's ubiquitous here. That's everywhere. I mean, you walk around the streets and you can just. I mean, if you like to sit down and just watch people, there are places here you can do that.
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
but I'm not here to date anybody. I'm just here to
Yeah.
travel. So,
Yeah. So, but enjoy the scenery. That's all I can say,
enjoy
guys.
the scenery, right? Yeah, you can enjoy the scenery.
Yeah.
Um,
So wow. And for Jason, yep, you're not stuck. I enjoy being back. Yeah. I know you're excuse me. I know you're happy to at least get back to you get to do more stuff than what you did back in the Philippines lately. But yeah, wait to see when quarantine for the first month Phuket and then seems realistic. Yeah, New Year. Then we can see some video tours of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Tim. Hey, welcome, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Yep, he's here in good old Philippines. Ooh, everything's like running away from me here. Oh no. Yep, everyone's giving their nice little regards. So yeah. Okay. So Essim, so Sma area is trending. Okay. Might have to take a look at that. And here's another question. Um, so here's a question for you here.
What made me want to travel? I don't know. I'm retired. you know, I always had an interest of coming out this way. Just in there. K.A.E is a friend of mine. I guess some of you know him. He has his own blog site from Southern California. When he would come into town, we'd head off to Pachanga Casino together and chat it up. And he would say, "Hey Tom, why don't you get rid of that mountain of garbage you have?" And it really is. I had a you know 3,500 square foot house, and you know how a house is, right? One day the swimming pool motor breaks, and you lay out a pile of money for that, and then the next day, your air conditioner's on the fritz, and it's one thing after another with a house. My monthly nut in Murrieta was probably about $8,000 a month just to keep keep the whole thing rolling. And in order to do that, of course, you're busier than a one-arm paper hanger. You're constantly going, and I just didn't really feel like I wanted to do that anymore. And I just felt buried and consumed by all my materialism. And I really did want to minimize, just become a minimalist and travel. I had girlfriends, like I said, and for the most part, massive age gap. I mean, the age gap in the Philippines, my last girlfriend was 29, and a Chinese girl, and all about the Benjamins. I mean, the girls, clearly American women, they become Americanized, even the Chinese girls, and they're more concerned about their own materialism, and they're young and they want to experience all those things. They got their hands deep into your pocket. And, I didn't want to do that anymore. So I just decided that, I wanted to travel around and listening to K.A.E and watching his life. And I was around when he met V. I said, maybe that's for me. Maybe just getting out of here is what I need to do. And I'm actually glad I did it. I'm not, the quarantine didn't like back me off or anything like that. I would still come, even if I knew that I was going to be in solitary confinement for 2 weeks, because and I've only been out of that for 4 days. But I can see that there's a future in this, that there is opportunity to see things and meet people. And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty gregarious. I meet people. I taught college. So I do have a good time doing this, and I think that there are other things that are happening in the United States that I don't think I want to talk about on this channel, but there's a lot of disappointment. You see so many people that are just so endowed with wealth and opportunity, and yet they're so angry. I don't get it. So some of that's very disappointing. And then I've been to places where I've seen starving kids, and they're happy. I don't know. I did want to get away and see a little bit more of the world. So I guess there's a reason in there somewhere to answer your question.
Yeah. Yep. And
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Thank you, Bama.
Bam, you get a lot of that here. Every place I go, people are bumping my elbow.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah. You're welcome, Johnny. Yep. And let's see. Here is another one. Did this
No,
happen to you?
I never met Steve Jobs or Wozniak. Of course, Jobs is gone now, right? The two things you can't get in America anymore are cash and jobs.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash is gone.
Yeah.
but Elon Musk, I met. I did meet him. My school did photovoltaic presentations at the big yearly gatherings at convention centers, and he was at one. Stopped by our booth, from
Oh,
college, and
wow.
started talking about solar. And he's a great guy. I'm actually, like I said, I'm a big fan. He has all these companies going on, and think of him what you want, but the guy is thinking about the future and making progress. I was so disappointed in the American space program. I was around for Gemini and Apollo and all those things, and then the whole space program kind of stopped, and then along
Yeah.
comes along comes SpaceX, and it's all seems to be going back in the right direction again. So sometimes it takes special personalities to make big changes. And he's one of those types. So I enjoyed that. Hey Scott,
Okay,
how you doing?
Scott. Yeah, and he's here in Korea too.
Yeah,
So,
up in Seoul. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So Scott, come to Daejeon and pay us a visit here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, broker. Yes, I
Social
agree,
day.
broker. Yeah. And you see Jeffrey here? You already know about his daughter here?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So so she came out the same time you did.
yeah. Yes, she did.
Yeah. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, geez. Uh-oh. First I thought we caught up, but no. Yeah. So agree. Yeah. I agree, Johnny. You had an interesting
Exactly.
lifetime. That was
Yeah,
pretty
I
awesome.
think I'll definitely be one of those guys that's going to be cursing the dying of the light. I'll put it to you that way.
Yeah.
I'm going to go kicking and screaming.
Oh, yeah, broker. I actually know about Filipino life. Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually for Jenny. Um,
Yeah.
uh, I was going to send a video key machine, but I never hooked up with her in time. So,
Yeah.
believe it or not, my real estate agent, who was Japanese,
Yeah.
bought it for me.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Oh, that picture up. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention the logo up
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The picture,
Yeah.
Daiso.
Yep. That is a Daiso, a Korean Daiso. So we were at Daiso yesterday getting some stuff.
Yeah,
So,
actually, we went to Daiso yesterday, and I got these little ear plugs for my laptop, and that's me. Yeah,
yeah.
and keep taking a picture of me in front, and it's kind of deceiving. It looks like a little storefront. You go inside, and it's like 4 floors or something, and there it's everything inside. It's like a little miniature Walmart inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
in the Philippines 30 years ago for not
Yeah.
very long in Manila. And it didn't impress me. I'll be perfectly honest with you. But Manila for a week was just another big city. It didn't leave much of an impression. But when when I travel, I think I'm going to go to Cebu and then travel from there and look around. And there are, as you see the newer blogs, the people are traveling around the Philippines. There's a lot of interesting places, and I like the ocean. I do like. My brother-in-law has a scuba diving business in New York, and he we go out and we dive on and get some bugs, lobster, and bring them up to eat. And so I always like the ocean. I was raised on Long Island, and uh, I enjoy. I had boats, there when I was a kid, small ones.
Yeah.
So the Philippines attracts me in that way. Is you
Hmm.
can go hiking one day up to a waterfall, and then go to the ocean the next day and go swimming or even fishing possibly. And then that whole sort of province life, where people are like living on their own. But like I said, not Manila. I don't. Even though I've been in big cities, I'm not a Manila type person. I'm not a big city person. I think I would like to be further out. And I did see that with like Rike's vlogs, so that
Yeah.
was one of the things that did push me over.
Yeah. 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 That's the one thing I like about Dumaguete about that boardwalk.
Yeah, Johnny, that is a pretty funny picture, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God, Aztec. And he's like, I've been too scared to ask for weeks about something. And Nippon wants to ask this one. So I know you.
I don't know. I'm going to definitely try out the Philippines. Like I said, I'm 68. There are some days where I just want to take a lawn chair and go stick it in the sand and watch the waves come in. And then there are other days, that I want to get on a motorcycle or a scooter and ride around and see things. And I see that happening in the Philippines right now. I definitely see like the point of view of others where they say, well, Vietnam has got the infrastructure and it's actually even cheaper in some respects than the Philippines. Kuala Lumpur is an amazing place. I mean, when I see the pictures there, in Cambodia, I definitely want to go to Siem Reap and go to Angkor Wat, just from a historical point of view, and see those types of things. So, in a lot of ways, I feel cut loose from getting out of America to go see those things. Um, and I say, like right now, the Philippines is probably my primary target, but that could change. You know.
So many choices. Johnny's, yep. Everyone's having a lot of funs and laughs. Yeah.
With that ugly picture that's up there.
Yeah. And that's for Aztec. Oh, yeah, Aztec. Yep. In Perth, West Australia, mate. Yeah. So the land down under.
Australia's interests me too, but it's kind of closed down.
Yeah.
Australia would be cheaper than the United States, that's for sure. I've met a lot of Australian guys. And they tell me that Australia's pretty expensive. I've always liked New Zealand though. I wanted to go, stay in one of those like Hobbit places down in the Shire.
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
Some wizards.
Yeah, and you were on the move when I was interviewing when I had Luna on here.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was traveling.
Yeah. So, all right, where are you again?
I don't know. I'm in Daejeon, South Korea, and it's an interesting thing about this city. It's not like the most interesting city in the world, but it's central. When you come to Daejeon, first of all, the prices here are pretty reasonable, especially if you want to stay places for a month. And it's like 2 hours from everything. I can go up to Seoul. I can go down to Busan, which is sort of the beach city of Korea. There's lots of things to do. I had an uncle that was killed in Busan, which is in the south, during, I believe, the second invasion from the north. So there are some memorials there. So I think Korea is definitely worth seeing. So I'm going to use my 2.5 months that I have left to see things.
Yeah.
Out of Daejeon.
Yep. So easy to get around. It's not a struggle just to go 5 kilometers like in Cebu.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. He's from the land down under. That's right. Yeah. Okay, Johnny's okay, I know you're only 34. Wow.
34. Yeah. I got socks older than that.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I used to tell my students that all the time when they told me how smart they were.
Yeah. Yep. And Jeffrey now has at least one main reason too to come visit here.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Don't come with any expectations. Yeah. That's the thing. We just gotta leave certain things just back home. Okay, I keep forgetting. Yeah, he's in the Bay Area.
Oh, I spent a lot of time up there.
Yeah. I love the Bay Area. Oh, we're getting all kinds of people coming in now. We're picking up traction here. Yeah. So, okay. So Jeff's gonna ask the questions.
How so what?
Yeah. Yep. And Elon Musk. Yeah. So let's see. Yep. So let's see. I'm trying to get to a question for you. Okay. I'm from East. Oh, okay. So
East Bay. Yeah.
Yeah. East Bay, Oakland. Okay. Here we go.
I think medium. It's not. The food here is cheap. There's actually a Western style restaurant directly across from the front of my hotel, and they. Yesterday I had eggs Benedict over there. My eggs Benedict and all the accoutrements on the side, and my coffee was about $8. So
Yeah.
you know, you know, I mean, I think that's pretty moderate, you know,
Mhm.
moderately priced. You know, so the cost of living seems low. I mean, my 1 month here, I'm in a hotel apartment which has a kitchen, and it's about 1,000 a month. So you know, compared to American hotels, I mean, that's dirt cheap. I mean, you know, you know, like I said, on an average, between having to eat out every meal every day and paying for American hotels, averaging about $140 a day. So here it's at least half that. You know, all in it's half that. Uh, uh, and of course, it's a nice place. So,
Hey, look who's here.
Rike, hey, how's it going, buddy?
Surprise,
how's you? How
surprise.
you doing? Yeah, get
Yeah,
surprises.
yeah. Let's go. Nice. We're in the east. Yep. Okay, so Johnny's right in the heart of it. Things there in the Bay Area.
Chill.
Oh,
I don't know what that means. Chill, quick cat.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hi, Ricky. Yeah. Nice to see you here.
Yeah, Rike, we were just talking about you.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
was telling
Good.
everybody
Bye.
I get jealous. I got jealous of your life in the Philippines, so most of this is because of you. So,
Yeah. 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 So, oh, can you
and
tell
those dice.
Ricky? Can you tell Ricky how cool Korean Daisos are?
Yeah, you know, I know Daiso is kind of Japanese, but the Korean Daisos have got more stuff in them. I mean, it's just packed with everything, you know, in them. They're like little miniature Walmarts. And I got a headset there yesterday that I'm using today, and
Yeah.
very convenient, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, I love Daiso. It's a nice little store.
Yeah.
I have an E Mart like across the street, which is like a giant Daiso. Of course, it's also a food market, and
Mhm.
I don't know how many floors that is. That's at least 8 floors too, right?
Yeah.
Um, it's like, you know, Manhattan Macy's. You walk in, and one whole floor is a market, and then another one is housewares, and then they have clothing. Yeah, you know, so there's a lot of shopping here for sure. But
Yeah.
Daiso's a great place to go to get some quick stuff if you need it.
Yeah. And then I gotta take you to another Daiso that's 5 floors, but this time they have an elevator. So that'll make it easy to go up. Oh yeah. Bama says.
Oil bubbles, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, look who's here.
Hey, Vern. Oh, he was
Yeah.
on last week.
Yeah. And the thing is, Vern, our live stream is still the highest viewing live stream on my channel.
That means he's
Not
inviting you back. Okay.
not the 19-year-old Filipina I had on there. You surpassed her. And you even surpassed Paul. Let's see. Oh,
Well, you know, Ricky has got a great vlog on Incheon Airport. If you ever see
yeah.
that, it's actually, but he landed the new terminal. I was in the old terminal. But you
Yeah.
should see that. See his one video on the Incheon terminal when he flew through here, and
Yeah.
you get to see a little bit of that. You know, a Korean airport there.
Yeah. Because I think Ricky's a Sky Pass member like I am. So I was like, hey, are you using your lounge? Because as a Sky Pass member, we get free coupons for lounge for Korean Air. So it's nice. You can take a shower, you can go eat, you can drink, whatever you want to do. So, yeah. Doing good. Just, all right, Ricky's having his
Late breakfast.
breakfast. Yeah. Breakfast time. Okay. Fremont. Wow, Jeffrey. I
Wow.
didn't know that. Yeah. So we got a lot of interesting stories and backgrounds. So I love about this thing. Yeah. Burn is in the house. Yep. Yep. Delta Chris. You remember Delta Chris, Tom?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, doing?
Yeah, he's in Cebu, and yeah, he was showing the mask and face mask, the shield at Ayala Mall.
I got some great stories about San Francisco. I don't know if I want to share all of them on the chat though, but
Yeah. Wow, they moved to the Hard Rock. Okay. That's it. That. In Cebu. Yeah, Sherbo Mercado. Got to shake his hand. Yeah, okay. You were in near IT Park there, Johnny. So that was awesome. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you've been following Tom in the Philippines. I
yeah,
remember this. Yeah, you got to go to Shugbo Mercado if you get into Cebu.
yeah.
It's I love Shugbo Mercado. One of my favorite places there in IT Park. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I know we got a. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It looks like the end of the world.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Los Angeles too. It was sad to go down some of the streets in Los Angeles and see all the homeless just lined up and down the sidewalks. Um, San Francisco's had its areas that were strange, I guess. I mean, I remember back even in the '90s, uh, I was going to an office there, 666 Folsom Street in downtown San Francisco. I said, am I going to meet the devil or what? What's going on here?
Yeah.
666 Folsom. So anyway, I got off. I landed in San Francisco Airport, which is south of the city, and I got a rental car. And apparently, I got off at the wrong exit, and they were having a parade, and
Oh.
yeah. So I'm sitting at this red light, waiting for the light to change, and these people start walking in front of my car, giving me kind of the stink eye, And one guy just stopped in front of my car, and the only thing this guy was wearing were chains. All right, just chains, nothing else, just chains. So I go, okay. And at some point, the light did turn green, and I got out of there. But that was my first interesting experience there. On the east side, though, I did spend a lot of time in Oakland. I at the Bay Farm Island project. I was on a lot of data communication projects up in the Bay Area. So I mean, I like downtown San Francisco. I like to go to Alioto's and eat good seafood, places like that. So there are great areas up there, but I'm afraid that the California cities have seen better days, and
Yeah.
hope somebody comes along and straightens it all out.
Yeah. Yeah. I love going to Bay Area, but man, just so expensive. Let's see. Yeah, Ricky. Yep. Can't wait to come back. Yeah. Yep. Hopefully all of us can make it back there.
There's one quick story about Rika. He doesn't know this,
Yeah.
but after Rika had left and gone back to the Philippines, the last time I saw him, we had dinner at Pachanga Casino, and I saw him. Yeah, I'm gonna pack it in and get out of here. And I started selling all my stuff. Well, I ended up selling my house like in March, just in time to get locked down, right? And I didn't make it, but I had contacted his real estate agent, and I
Oh.
actually had the condo next door to him on the 16th floor reserved. So he doesn't know this, but I was going to be his neighbor
Okay.
on the
Right
same
next.
floor,
Wow.
in the same place, right there by Ayala. But that
Okay.
never came to fruition. I called her up and I said, "Ann, this is not going to happen because they're not going to let me come into the Philippines." So I had given up that apartment.
Yeah. Yeah. That area Ricky's in, it's so easy to just get around, especially in that business center.
Yeah, and I think to some degree, going someplace where it's easy for you to acculturate,
Yeah.
like Cebu, as a start to get involved into some other foreign country is a good idea. You're
Yeah.
not like thrown into the fire. You have some commonality with the place that you're going to.
Yeah. Yeah. You have everything right there, which I love. Yep. And okay. And Bama says Luna has a charm life. I'll love to go to Hoboken. Yeah.
Hobbiton?
And
What is it?
yeah, Hobbiton or something. I don't remember what she said. Yeah. And actually, because, the second day you were recovering, I was with Luna because
Mhm.
I got to edit a video, the board game play she was promoting.
Oh yeah.
Because we were playing trivia, but I know you were still recovering from Friday.
Right, right.
So I'll have another video out, hopefully. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow yet. Okay. Okay. And then he's talking about Australia. Because right now we can't even go inside of Australia.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Australians are also locked out from leaving too, which is
Yeah, that
strange.
too. Yep. Oh, come on. Oh, my goodness. Jeez. Well, everyone is coming to join. We will probably have even a part 2 on Geo's channel too.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I'm not watching on YouTube. I'm watching from the application, so I don't see all
Yeah.
the statistics and things.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay. They're all giving, yeah, see, such a community here. I love it. Yeah. It's like it is the cool kids table, like Mike says. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Mike's line, right? The cool kids table.
Yeah. And then I call it the cool kids table nation.
Thanks, Delta Chris. Thank you.
Yeah. So good old Dr. Chris and Sabu.
And,
All right.
I guess because I traveled before, there's nothing to be afraid of in traveling. I've never been assaulted anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's there's no trouble. People are friendly everywhere you go. Don't. I one of my comments I tell people all the time is that fear is a thief. Fear is that thing that's going to keep you from doing interesting things in your life. It's going to prevent you from taking chances, and you will miss out on a lot of enjoyment if you're afraid of doing things. So just get on a plane and go. I mean, there's nothing to be afraid of. There really isn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a store.
Yeah. The store.
It's a store, but
Yeah.
it's one of those places where they sell just about everything somewhere in some corner.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm very Bama. I'm more partial to Korean Daiso because the stuff they have, it's like they sell stuff. It's like on steroids. And Japan is good too because that's where it's originally from. But the stuff that the Koreans do with the Daiso here, I'm just like, holy moly! This is way more stuff than the ones back in Japan. Okay.
Yeah, the shaving pad. Yeah,
Yeah, you could get that. Yeah.
they have
Yeah.
tons of little kits. I was just amazed at the accessory section for cell phones. this whole wall of stuff just for cell phones. They don't even sell that stuff in the United States, or at least not in common places.
Yeah. See, my
Yeah,
bug
his
zapper.
redneck
Let's see if
fly
I,
swatter.
yeah. And it makes a loud boom sound.
Those are great. Sit out on the back porch and with a fresh set of batteries and just whack flies, right?
Yeah. Agreed, George. Agreed.
Yeah, really, really.
Yeah. 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 Ricky has not been out of Incheon.
Yeah, one thing about Korea, it snows here. Okay, so if you're coming in here in the wintertime, wear pants, okay, because it's going to get cold.
Yeah. And a heavy jacket.
But that one video you did on the Incheon airport was amazing. I mean, there was live music. There was all kinds of things happening in that terminal. The shopping, everything. So that's worth watching.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. Dinner. Oh, okay. You had dinner with Chris. Okay. Yeah, because I think Chris is not far from there either, from where Ricky is either. So they're probably not too far from each other. How do you say
Hakuna
Hakuna
Matata?
Hakuna
Exactly.
Matata?
And that's actually an attitude you have to kind of have. Hakuna Matata. Just whatever's going to be is going to be. You know, you just like I said, get on that plane and great. That's a great expression from a great movie.
Yeah.
Lion
Roar.
King.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's right. Shugbo, there's a spot up. There is a fall in the spring rolls. Yeah. And the banana roll with the chicken pad thai. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I like chicken pad thai. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. No, they have like so many different stuff at Shugbo Mikado. I just never get sick of that place. I would actually go there every day but it's not open every day. It's only open from Thursday through Sundays. But in the summer, it's open from Wednesday to Sundays, starting at 5 p.m. So I'll never get.
Yeah.
Yes, you
That's
ran
what it
right into
was.
that.
I don't want to go there, but that's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
It's an eye opener, I'll tell you that.
yeah, yeah. I could borrow some sugar. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too. When you come in here, there's definitely a couple things you want to bring with you.
Yeah.
Sugar, salt, and a knife. Okay, no one's going to give you a knife here, so they're going to bring your food, and you don't even get a plastic knife. Okay, I guess that's the same problem in the Philippines. Everybody cuts their dinner with a spork, but
Yeah, with a spoon.
yeah, spoon. So there are just certain things you want to bring a coffee cup. What was amazing is they gave me coffee, but they only had like these little Dixie cups, the kind that you get at
Yeah.
the dentist to rinse your mouth out with. They weren't even good enough to hold a cup of water, and there's no way you can drink coffee in it. And I had brought my coffee cup with me, and I also stopped at Costco and bought a box of those protein bars, and brought them with me so I could have something to eat, and some oatmeals I brought with me too. But don't forget to bring your knife. Can I put in my shameless pitch for my brother-in-law's knife? You see that?
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah. Show. Yeah,
yeah,
that was
but
an awesome looking knife
yeah,
with
actually, this oh, you see that? You see that on screen?
here, let
Up there.
me.
That's a
Yeah.
that's a handmade Harley Davidson knife.
Yeah.
It's got a tusk handle. Okay, and comes with a little cover there. It's small enough that it gets through customs. Nobody stops you with it. But my
Yeah.
brother-in-law actually makes them to whatever logo you want to put on them in New York. And I said, "Hey, can you make me one with a Harley Davidson logo?" And he said, "Sure." And
Yeah.
I had that. I don't think they're cheap. I think they're a couple $100, but they're handmade. And
Right.
they're pretty well made too. So,
Mhm.
and just if anybody was interested in having a custom knife with your name on it or your logo or something like that, he does that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Mm. Okay. Yep. Everything's on pretty much a lockdown. Agreed, Chris. Oh,
Yeah,
Nipa.
yeah, that's what I was paying. My house payment was $2,700 a month, and that was just a house.
Yeah. Not the other stuff.
No, and not the $400 electric bill to run the pool and the
Oh,
jacuzzi.
my
you know, yeah,
goodness
yes,
gracious. Yeah.
yeah. California's
Oh,
not cheap.
yeah. Oh, I love Waterfront Hotel. That's a nice place.
Waterfront hotel buffet, crab.
Yeah.
Yeah, um,
Yeah. And I saw Jokoi over there last January, the comedian.
oh, you
So,
did.
yeah. So I got lucky to see him because now, can't see anything these days now. Okay. Pretty much done everything. Went everyone stayed home most of the time like an old man. I save all my money to travel. Yep. Yep. I pretty much do the same too, Johnny. Save the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and here's Scott. He has something to ask.
Um. Wow. I I'll tell you a funny story. I actually joined Filipina Cupid, right? And I had to quit it. I was on that, and I think within 2 weeks I had 100 girlfriends.
And what did it
It's
say?
like, no, no, stop. I can't come. I'm just like, and people said, well, why don't you join us and see if you get any hits? It was insane. All these girls wanting to, marry this old guy. But like I said, I had young girlfriends here, and I am open. I'll tell you one thing. When you actually think about it, as you get a little older, one of the things that does bother me is that I don't want to die alone. It sounds morbid, but it's true. You want to have somebody around. And you know what? If I met a woman, and I'm honestly not looking for a really young person because of my age, I don't think it's right for me to get involved with somebody who wants to have kids. I don't think it's fair that I would have kids again, and I'm fully capable of doing that. But then what? I'm going to be dead, and they're going to be not even out of high school. That's not right. At least I feel it's not. Maybe it's okay for the guys. I'm not going to judge, but for me, I don't feel right doing that. So if I had a relationship with a woman who is at least in her 30s, older than my last girlfriend, or 40s, or even 50s, it's fine. You know, and that would be great. I'm open to it. I'm not out there actively looking for it. Um, People tell me, "Don't worry, when you get to the Philippines, that's going to happen." Okay. I'm a social person, but I do have my eyes open. Um, and, um, and if I found the right person, I would be open to a relationship. Sure. You know, I guess I tell people I'm a pretty fun guy. Spelled Fungi.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's funny. And yep, and this is good advice from Ricky here. Best thing you can do traveling is walk the streets, avoid bad areas, and you find good food places just walking the sidewalk in a new town.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yep, that is great. Yeah. Yep. I hear you, Johnny. Let's see. Oh no. I'm starting to feel like Paul right now. I'm like his sometimes my comments go crazy here. Yes. Okay. Walk everywhere possible, and you find plenty of jams. And now, Vern. This. Go ahead. Here's Vern.
Um, yeah, is it worth the cost of quarantine to experience South Korea? I think so. The I understand that some fellows might not have the money. But the price did come down. My quarantine was 1,300. At one point, King, you might correct me on this, but I think it was up to, I don't know, 2,400 or 2,700 or
Well,
something.
well, it's up to 1,800, but
Oh,
2.1 million won.
2.1. Yeah, that's right, 2.1 million. But it was about 1,300 all in, and you're getting 3 meals a day. The food wasn't great. It was always cold, as a matter of fact. That was my biggest complaint, was that they had some contractor preparing 500 meals 3 times a day, and by the time it got to your room, it was cold. So, but yeah, I would say that, at least for me, that the $1,300 was okay. Um, and I may be coming from a different financial perspective than other guys, and I understand that. So you need to weigh it out for yourself. But I would do it again, sure. I didn't have a problem with it. And then now being here in Daejeon just for a couple of days, and we've had fun every day except for my recovery day from walking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's been great. I would do it again.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Yes.
Rike, I think 99% of them wear black in the summertime.
Yeah.
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 Last night I was looking at all the ladies all wearing black. I was going to ask King, is that some kind of religious thing or something? Why are they all in black? But I think it's a style.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's the one. Yeah. Mostly to stay warm, but yeah, just whatever's in. Uh-oh. Hope I don't lose Tom. Oh,
Yes,
there
I
you
love
go.
kimchi.
Yeah.
I actually eat a lot of exotic food. Even when I went to China, I would always try stuff, even street food. And I figured I would watch and see who was sticking it in their mouth, and I figured, well, if they can eat it, I can try it. Me and King always talk about the same places in LA, like BCD Tofu and other Korean food places. I like Thai food. Um, uh, I kind of draw the line at bugs. I'm not a big bug fan.
Yeah.
But seafood. There was some stuff in China that I ate. I wasn't sure if it was an animal or a plant, but I tried it.
Yeah.
you know. So if other people are eating it and surviving, my joke always is, if it doesn't kill you, it'll make you stronger. Except for alligators, they'll kill you.
Yeah. I remember we talked about that. Yeah.
Right, Bama?
Yeah, exactly. And Jeffrey said, San Francisco. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with Johnny there.
Yeah.
It was much easier for me to talk to Filipinas and even Korean girls here. Yeah, and that's one thing you just don't. Part I don't like about Korea is you don't just go make small talk here
Yeah.
in Korea.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Koreans I've seen, the Filipinos I've seen online, they have a very similar Western sense of humor in a
Yeah.
lot of ways. Some of them really yuck it up. I mean, uh, they just have, maybe because of the cultural influences that we've had there over the years. But in Korea, actually, you do have to be a little careful. I made I want to say a slighting joke yesterday. Not a big deal, but there was a young lady that was sitting with King, and I said, "Oh, hey, King, is that my new girlfriend?" And I think that she was offended. Not. I mean, she was like, she didn't get that it was just a Western joke. That I was, and she actually left the table and went to sit with somebody else. Next time I think I'll see her again next week in that little gathering they have. It's a language exchange. It's kind of interesting. And I'll just say, hey, I was only joking, but she was fine. She actually accompanied us to dinner
Yeah.
later on, and she was fine. And we had one of those really cool Korean barbecue places where they bring out all the meat and there's a barbecue right in the middle of the table, and you throw all your meat on and cook it yourself. And vegetables with that.
Pork belly.
That was great. Pork belly, yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that. I used to go to all those kind of barbecue places in Los Angeles and stuff, and hot pot. Like that.
Yeah, hot pots. Okay, so Bama, partly for fashion, black retains more heat from the sun, so it's popular in winter. White for summer, reflects heat. Yep. So, and excuse me, another thing, most times you can figure out a Korean because of the way they dress. They all dress the same way. Yeah.
Yeah. What cracks me up with Korean dresses, the ladies never expose anything up on top. They're always like, the neckline is very covered up, and they protect the top. But then they wear these pants or these shorts that are like the shortest shorts. it's like these skirts are up to their navel. It's like, holy smokes. I mean, so it's kind of strange. To see that as a style, but that's what they believe that revealing too much of the top is not appropriate.
Yeah, and then they wear these short skirts and dresses. Yeah. Sometimes it exposes their underwear.
Yeah. It's like funny stuff.
Yeah. So I heard, yeah. Yep, of course. And all right. And let me make sure Nippon has another one.
I don't know. The only thing I really have with me is an iPhone 7, so I don't have a GoPro or anything like that. But I've taken a lot of pictures, mainly for my worrisome sister in New York. She's a doctor in New York, and she's always demanding that I take pictures and I let her know how I am. So I have that. My mom, she's 10 years younger than me there, but she always wants to see. So I don't know. I've thought about it. Not sure. I mean, I could certainly go out and buy a decent camera. I tried flying a drone once and I crashed it. So I don't think I'm buying any drones unless I can practice them. But I'll see. I'll think about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, broker. Let's see. They're not friendly at 34. Can you imagine how they are at 65? Yeah. So,
I saw this. I was telling King I was on a little shuttle bus between the hotel and the bus station, and this Aichuban, she's an older lady,
Yeah.
She was giving the bus driver, holy heck, all the way. It was like an hour drive, and this guy just got an earful the whole way there. I mean, she was taking him apart like a cheap suit. And I don't know what she was talking about, but there was a Korean lady, a seat in front of me, and she just kept shaking her head. And then when she turned around and looked at me, and I had my eyes all crunched up, I said, "Oh my God, is she ever going to stop?" And she just started laughing because she knew that I mean, you don't have to know the words; you can tell right away what was going on.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it was all about, but
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. And Aztec says to you, Thomas, I'm designed dying alone, morbid, yes, but I want to go out on my own terms and my own choosing, not rotting away at home or in a home.
absolutely, yeah. I used to tell my friends, I said, um, I'm definitely not going to sit in some home, someplace, rotting away. I mean, at the very least, I'm going to get on my Harley and go hit a bridge or something. I don't know, fall asleep. I don't know, but I think that's the worst. And if that works for you, that's great. I mean, if it's okay to be alone and you're good with yourself that way. I just have always been kind of social, and I would like other people around. Maybe not necessarily in a relationship, but having friends and stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, I could go back to my sisters, there, but it would be nice to have somebody else in my life too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Davis. Yeah, I like Davis. You've been up to Davis, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you're California. I love. Let's see. Yeah, Davis is amazing.
I actually did a semester at Berkeley, so
Oh, okay. Good old Cal.
good old Cal. Yeah, I was there for Nude Day. That was another shock that I got up in the Bay Area
Okay.
where students are showing up with no clothes on. I was like, what's going on, man? A wash day? nothing.
Yeah. 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 Yep. 34, you might do better. Yeah. So, yep. Broker saying, yep. So true, broker. What Jeffrey says. I'm going to try to get through these comments. Yeah. I usually. So, okay. Yeah. So, Jeffrey rides his bike when he was living in the Bay, especially we got that crazy traffic over there.
Yeah. The Bay is kind of crazy. I cut my teeth riding a motorcycle in Manhattan, so
Yeah.
nothing really scares me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree with you there, Johnny. I will.
Yeah.
And let's see. Yeah. And ditto with the lovely Thai ladies. Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed the Thai ladies too when I went to Thailand to get Thailand, but the language barrier, yeah, that's the thing. They try to talk to, yeah, have those line message experiences. Can I have your line? Yes. Line ID. Okay. So I've dealt with that experience. Yeah. Step down to Tinglish. Tinglish. This is funny. Yeah.
We
Tinglish.
used to have that. We have to have in California. We had Spanglish.
Yeah.
Spanglish is a
Yeah.
mix of Spanish and English.
Yeah. And here it's called Konglish.
Conglish, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They can't nag you. Yeah. Exactly.
I,
Yeah.
I have Google Translate on my phone, so
Yeah.
I've never been stuck. I mean, when you can't talk to somebody, you just whip your phone out and start translating.
Yeah. Yep. Been. Yep. Okay. So broker, you've been chatting with a Thai girl, helping her to some degree, and met a year ago. Okay.
No, you read that wrong. He said a beautiful Thai girl. Okay.
Okay. Beautiful. Yeah. Agreed, man. Like, of course, I don't like to ride the BTS train at 8:30 in the morning, but the only good thing about it is when you ride that thing, and yes, you're packed in like sardines. Oh my goodness. A lot of the beautiful Thai chicks going to work. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm preaching to the choir here, but I've always been somewhat enamored by Asian women. Just their
yeah,
looks, femininity. I don't know the whole the way they look. I don't know. It's just maybe that's Well, a lot of guys here feel that same way.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay, so broker's like, yeah, she wanted a significant amount of money. So you're like,
Oops.
okay.
Oops.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can watch sports with peace and quiet. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend in the Philippines told me that you always want to have a girl that gets Tampa every once in a while, especially during football season.
Yeah. Or the
Yeah,
joke.
I'm gonna try, Scott. I'm gonna see if I
Yeah.
can find. I like to learn languages. I tried to learn Chinese as much as I could. Um, uh, the Korean, the written language in Korean is a little easier, than
Hmm.
Chinese. So I think I can get into that. But yeah, I think I would like to be able to communicate in Korean.
Yep. There you go. Okay, fine. Educated Thai girls. Difficult to find, but possible if you're younger. English would be much better. Hmm. Yeah, Nippon, it's a little crazy. And when I first went to Thailand, I tried to date maybe older 35 and 40 just to test it out. And they're like, sorry, can't meet you at night. I'm like, what the heck? And that was like the reason where I went for the younger age. They were able to meet me at night when I was, dating around in Thailand before, I met my girlfriend. Let's see, broker been there. Plans. Yeah, no dowry over there. Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
Johnny, I don't know. I'm open to everyone, uh, especially someone that can hold a conversation. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, like in any relationship, after the excitement wears off a little bit, you better be compatible with the person you're with. Because in any relationship, I mean, sooner or later, um, real life kicks in, right? There's bills to pay and um, things to fix, or dinner to prepare, clothes to wash, and if you're not mentally compatible with that person, you're going to have a rough life. I mean, if all you can say to yourself is, "We have a great bed life," I mean, you're not going to have a good life in the end.
Hmm.
Um, so I don't really I'm open to anybody. I don't really have a specific person that I'm looking for.
Hmm. Yep. Yep. Spanglish. Yep.
Never heard of Spanglish, huh?
Yep. Kong Kanglish
Okay,
for those who.
let's only finish half the insult. Yeah.
Oh, how funny. Johnny's having a laugh. That's good, Johnny. I'm glad you're laughing here. Hmm. Wow, I had a Thai girlfriend with a masculine language. I met her Bangkok, Chiang Mai a few times, but yep, that's sometimes a deal breaker, huh? For most guys.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to a lot of people about Thailand, and it seems to be a really great country. It's definitely a place I want to visit,
Yeah.
but everybody says the same thing, watch out for the scams, so I don't know, um,
Yeah.
there are a lot of places I want to go, so I definitely think at some point, I will get to Thailand to visit, but who knows?
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, have a good day.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Jeff, again. So,
No, today's Monday, Jeff.
yeah. Yeah. We're in the future, huh?
We're in the future.
Yeah.
Yes, I was actually married. My first wife passed away. Okay, I had two children from my first wife, and she died from cervical cancer at a time when they weren't really sure what that was, and she was very young. And later, I remarried to another lady. The thing my mom told me not to. My mom was Spanish. She said, "Don't marry a Spanish woman," and I did. and I had tempo for 15 years, and I mean, we barely talked to each other for the last 15 years of our marriage, and I basically stayed to make sure that my son went to college, and actually she divorced me right after right after that. And we knew it was coming. It was not we
Yeah.
didn't really have a relationship, so to speak.
Right.
Um, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
I've moved on from that. It's been a while
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I remember you. Yeah, mentioned. Yeah, and let's see. Yeah, Scott, I agree. It doesn't make sense for you to do whatever. Pay $10 grand to marry. Okay, I won't marry. I'll just keep doing whatever.
Yeah.
Uh,
Why would you? Never mind.
yeah, yeah. Interesting. I think we've all been there, but not usually so well. But if she was others right for you, I wouldn't begrudge a few grand. My own personal opinion. Yep. So all right. So we'll get to a few more comments. And Jeffrey, take care. So see you in the next live stream. Yep.
Later, Jeff.
Yep. And Johnny says bye to Jeff. Yep. And yeah, they did their greetings. Okay. Let's see. I think Aztec has something here. Ah, there you go. Why isn't it coming out? There you go. Yeah. Yep. You don't have to go straight for those. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. You don't need to mess around in the bar at all. So yeah. Oh, Tom, did I lose you? Houston or Daejeon? We have a problem. Uh-oh. Might have lost Tom. See if we can get him back. Tom, you there? Okay. So Basil Money is the problem, but tells a story that I didn't like. So I can't stand being used as a walking ATM. So yeah. Okay. And he yeah. All right. We caught up in comments. I'm gonna still try to get Tom back just to hopefully at least for a few more minutes, and then yeah, we can probably call it afternoon. So let's see if I get Tom back. But while we wait for Tom, I'm gonna try to get back into the stream here. Here we go. My audio's gone. Oh, is my audio gone? That's hold up. Hold up. Hello. Testing. Okay. Yep, because I just lost Tom. Okay, so Scott, you have to go to work. Lucky Tom, no work. Yep. And then audio show's going. Okay. So it's just choppy. Yeah, someday. Okay. Here's Tom. Oh, is he coming back? There he is. Let me get him back up.
It says my audio is choppy. Yeah. King, you're choppy. Yeah. I don't know what happened. But I got thrown out of the network here, so I just got back in.
Yeah. Yeah, usually. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you thought, and then I was going on the dark side.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. Thank you, Johnny. Yeah. All right. So, Tom, do you have any last minute words before we kind of sign off?
No, not really. I just asked, like, saying, don't be afraid of scams. No, I'm not. I'm really not. I think a lot of them are kind of obvious. You do a little of your homework before you go. Like, for example, the tuk-tuk drivers, they want to drive you around 9 blocks. So I mean, you have your little map program with you, so if you're getting to run around and they're just trying to make money. This stuff, like, I mean, I don't make a big deal out of minor stuff. If someone wants to take me for $1, that's fine. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. You need to. I think one of the things about traveling is you really need to leave your ego and your anger and all those things behind. You don't want to travel with that with a bunch of baggage. So, but when I start trying to take it for $20 and stuff like that, then I do I get out of the tuk-tuk, find another one. But yeah, I think the thing I wanted to say is, like, just don't be afraid to travel. Just most places, especially Korea. I mean, this is probably one of the safest countries in the world. I haven't seen a bad neighborhood. They might be out there, but I haven't seen one yet. And people are not afraid to be out well into the middle of the night. Even girls, they'll walk home from a bar. You don't hear stories, about people having trouble. So definitely, if you haven't decided where you want to go yet and you want to try traveling, this is a great place to come because you come here, you know you're going to be safe. It's going to be somewhat cheaper than America and probably Australia. And if you can get through the quarantine, I think you'll have a good time here. You know, and it'll be a great place to start traveling. So then later on, you can go to other places.
Yeah.
So anyway,
All right. Yep. So thank you, everybody. And real quick, I don't know. I might have a live stream tomorrow, but if I don't, I'll have one on Wednesday, and then I might try to get a premiere video out. And I'm going to be trying to get some more guests this week. So I need to, you know, put in some work for that. So yeah, once again, you know, everyone, it's great to have our guest, not mine, our guest, since Tom contributes to this stream and this channel a lot. So it's nice to say that. So,
well, sure.
yep, I love bringing our guest on when, you know, we got someone in the mix here. So, yep. So, everyone, stay safe and we'll see you soon. So, take care and good night or good day. So, take care.